Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Athletics and Wellness Center on the campus of Earlham College as we bring you Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference basketball this afternoon. The Earlham Quakers home against the Spartans of Manchester. And welcome to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Earlham coming in at 1-6. They're 0-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, Manchester at 2-4 overall. They're 1-1 in the HCAC. Troy Darengowski along with Gerard O'Byrne. We're going to get this one underway in about another 10 minutes. Last time we were here, Quakers lost a tough one against Bluffton 80-80. So now they're 0-2 in the conference. And Gerard, I don't know about you, but I think if you're looking overall, we talked about this in the women's game. If you're looking overall, this is not a must-win, but it's getting pretty close. You don't want to fall into the cellar of the conference this early in the season.
Well, if I'm on Earlham side, to me this is a must-win because the more you lose, the more you fall behind to the leaders in the conference. Like Hanover and Rose-Hulman are both 2-0 right now, and if you lose tonight and Rose-Hulman and Hanover win, that means you are now 3 games behind them, and it's a lot harder to make that catch to a team that has 3 games ahead of you. And also, it's also a must-win is because you want to be able to control your own fate for the rest of the season. You don't want to get to a point to where if we beat this team the last game and then this team beats this team and then this team loses, then we'll be in the conference tournament. You want to control your own fate. So that's why if I'm on the Earlham team, today is a must-win.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we come back, we'll talk about Manchester, and they've got a couple of guys who can light it up, including Adrian Johnson. We'll talk about the Spartans coming up next on our Scouting Report. The pregame brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear, right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
We're back once again here at the Athletics and Wellness Centers. We get set for today's conference matchup, Earlham and Manchester. Today's game brought to you in part by Jason Wise of Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. He has an idea for an alternative fundraiser for your school group or nonprofit. If you list, buy, or refer a customer and mention this promotion, he'll donate 10% of what he makes on the transaction to the school group or nonprofit of your choice in your name. Tell your friends, family, and colleagues to mention this offer when listing with Jason Wise at Better Homes and Gardens First Realty Group. Give him a call at 969-3400. All right, let's take a look at the Spartans coming in. Their last game, they beat Defiance 76-70 at Defiance. They ended up shooting 50% on the night. They also turned the ball over 20 times, so that's a huge thing to watch here today. They're averaging 74 points per game, but giving up 86. They shoot 44%. The defense on the other side giving up nearly 49% in shooting percentage. So they got to really improve today if they're going to beat the Quakers here on their home floor. They averaged 34.3 rebounds, 14.3 assists, but those turnover numbers are very glaring, averaging 17.5 turnovers per game. Now, we mentioned Adrian Johnson. He's the guy to watch out of Fall Creek High School out of Indianapolis, a 5'11 senior, averaging 18.8 per game. And tell you what, Gerard, he's one of those guys that if you don't keep an eye on him, he can light it up for 30 just about any time.
And those are always the most dangerous point guards, is the ones who can create their own shot, who lead their team in scoring, because if he can get his own whenever he wants to and also control his other teammates. And like you said, Troy, sometimes Earlham has those lapses on defense, and all it takes is for a scorer like Johnson to get a couple of easy buckets to get his rhythm going. It could be a very long night for the defense of the Quakers.
He is the only player on this Manchester team to score in double figures, as Keaton Hall at 9.2, Cornell Hampton at 8.7, and Matt Westman at 8.2. But keep an eye, they've got a couple of guys that can rebound, including Abdul Oguneke, who is averaging, or at least in the last game, had a 9-10 ball game, 9 points and 10 rebounds. He can be a force inside at 6'6" for either Darrell or whoever's going to play Rucker down in that low post area. This guy can rebound. He can be a monster.
I'm going to guess they're going to start Rucker on him just for athleticism. And Rucker likes to battle down on the inside. But you're right, Troy. If athletic guy like Oguneke can work his way on a couple of offensive rebounds and get a couple of offensive putbacks, then he starts to get it going a little bit. And next thing you know, you have some mental mind tricks on your opponent when it comes to being physical and offensive rebounds. So Earlham has to do a really good job on boxing him out.
Earlham wins today. They can pick up their first win in the conference, move Manchester back down. If not, the Quakers, as you said a little bit ago, could be anywhere from 2 games behind early in the conference standings. When we come back in just a couple of moments on the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show, starting lineups and the tip-off next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Starting lineups, by the way, brought to you this afternoon by your Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub with no artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Monday, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Tuesday, the oven roasted chicken. And Wednesday, the turkey breast. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway. Eat fresh. Gerard, go ahead and give us the starting lineups for this one here this afternoon.
So we're going to start with the Manchester Spartans. A 5'11 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Number 1, Adrian Johnson. 6'3 sophomore from Griffith, Indiana. Number 5, Cornell Hampton. 6'5 freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Number 12, Nathan Carbaugh. A 6'6 senior from Richton Park, Illinois, number 21, Abdul Oguneke. And to round out the starting 5 for the Spartans, a 5'11 senior from Lansing, Michigan, number 24, Keaton Hall. And now let's go to the starting 5 for the Earlham Quakers. A 5'10 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 10, Isaiah Ware. A 6'3 junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 13, Tarek Eldasuki. A 6'5 junior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 22, Kawhi Rucker. A 5'8 junior from Crown Point, Indiana, number 30, Blake Bonin. And to finish it off for the Quakers, a 6'4 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 35, Darrell Hutchison Jr.
All right, there you have it. We'll come back. The tip-off is coming up next here from the Athletics and Wellness Center right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Quakers being introduced to the home crowd here this afternoon. It is game 2 today for us. The Earlham women beating Manchester in our earlier contest. That's good news for Quaker fans. By the way, Quakers led in scoring by Q Rucker with 11.3 points per game. Daryl Hutchison, 11.3. And what a game Rucker had in his last game. He was virtually unstoppable, and that's what the hard part about that game is he played so well, and yet they still couldn't beat Bluffton, losing it by 2 in double overtime.
I thought there was some times to where I didn't understand why Earlham stopped going to him.
Yeah.
They had a few possessions to where Rucker has a few layups, and as you said, he is virtually unstoppable against Bluffton, and then Earlham would have 3 or 4 straight possessions to where Rucker wouldn't touch the ball. And I'm hoping after that game, and if Rucker gets it going, they keep feeding the hot hand.
So here we go as this one is just about underway as Q Rucker in the middle against 6'6" senior. That being Agunaki once again for the Spartans. And Earlham will have the basketball first. That is Rucker. Agunaki there as well. Rucker's shot is short. Agunaki with a rebound. And we will head the other way. First time here for Manchester. That 3 is going to be missed. So each team, first possession, nothing there as Westman unable to connect. And the Quakers get it back for the second time here this afternoon. That is Bonin with the high screen. Adrian Johnson, keep an eye on Johnson, as we said earlier. There's a baseline shot, no good, and El Dasugi has that one go off his hands and out of bounds. So Quakers over, and Manchester gets the ball for the second time.
So, Troy, maybe you can fill me in on this one. What is going on with Earlham's head coach as he is not on the sideline today?
You know, I have not heard unless it has something to do with his there's a shot from the left wing. That'll be a three-point basket. Has something to do with him getting his master's degree. So it may be a test or something today. I know he's getting his master's. So Jason Polikoff not with the ball club here this afternoon. If that's it, I don't know what else it would be. Here's Rucker on the drive. Rucker getting bodied, and then a whistle and a foul.
If that's the case, congratulations to Coach Polikoff.
Yeah. I have not heard of anything different. You know, we can do is try to ask downstairs, and that's always good news because the way things are today, we have everybody's cell phone numbers, and we can figure out some information pretty quickly. At the free throw line is Q Rucker, and again coming off that huge game.
And so far, Earlham has gone back to Rucker, trying to establish him early, see if he can find the hot hand from Wednesday.
Second free throw by Rucker is up and good. It's a 1-point ball game. just underway here this afternoon. In the corner, three-pointers up, no good off the front of the rim by Keaton Hall out of Lansing, Michigan, a 5'11 senior. Hutchison with the basketball, now to Rucker. Quakers, nothing there on the fast break, and we've got a whistle and a moving screen against Rucker. Now, he got caught on that a couple of times the other ball game as well.
On that one, it's more of the guard on why Rucker got called for that foul. Ware went a little bit too quick before Rucker could really establish himself, and that will get called on the screener every time. So the guard's got to sit back and wait for him to get really set before he can go.
By the way, El Dasugi guarding Johnson, trying to keep him contained. That is Johnson with the basketball now for Manchester. 11 on the shot clock. The kick out. Here's Johnson once again with 5, and that's going to be blocked by El Dasugi. Ball stays in play. It'll be Quaker basketball. Quakers on the run. Ware will find Bonin. Got the jump, we should say the defender in the air, nearly coming up for the Quakers as that one goes out of bounds and off the leg of Hutchison. Boy, Blake generally comes back and shoots that shot. He got a defender in the air, and once he flew by, he bypassed the shot.
Honestly surprised he didn't shoot there.
Gerard Good is the head coach for the Spartans. That baseline shot is no good. Missing that one was Cornell Hampton out of Griffith High School.
Both teams starting off the game struggling to hit consistent field goals from the field.
Manchester 1 of 5. Quakers 0 for 2 early. Here is Hutchison from the baseline. Yes. And Darrell ties this ball game, or take that back. It's now a 4-3 contest. That is Johnson. Wide open 3. That's going to be missed again by Keaton Hall. And we're going to see some changes now for Manchester as Earlham's going to get a timeout right there instead of losing the possession at 19 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Quakers get a timeout. First timeout here this afternoon on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. Quakers lead it by 1.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
Well, by the way, we did get news now firsthand right from Coach Polikoff. His wife gave birth, so I guess that's a good enough reason to be gone, right? Good for them. Congratulations to Coach Polikoff and his wife on the birth of their child, as that shot is no good by Hutchison.
Right now, both teams are getting good looks at the shots that they want. Both teams are just not able to convert. And Hampton with the corner 3, and that is off the mark, rebound by Bonin.
Yeah, that's good defense again by Hutchison for the Quakers. Earlham basketball again into the half court. Here's Rucker. 15-footer on the way. No. Rebound El Dasugi. Boy, he does that well. Has those long arms. Ball loose. There's Rucker again. Ware inside to El Dasugi. Drives. Misses short. Battle for the loose basketball. And we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Manchester.
On that one, I think Tarek should have went straight up and see if he could draw the foul. I think sometimes these guys try to avoid contact a little too much and try to do like reverse layups, and sometimes they could just go straight up, and most times, likely than not, they'll draw the foul.
Into the ball game, Cortez Buckner. He's out of Lafayette Jeff High School, part of the North Central Conference. Also coming into the lineup will be Jalman Sullivan. Sullivan is out of Kankakee, Illinois. That is Buckner with the basketball, and of course Nathan Carbos checked down at Fort Wayne North. His head coach is in the audience, as that'll be an offensive foul, and taking the foul that time, Darrell Hutchison. Player we're referring to, as we mentioned, Nathan Carbaugh out of Fort Wayne North. Shabazz Khalik, his head coach, now the head coach at Richmond, is watching his former player here this afternoon. Coming up on 15 minutes, Rucker at the high post. Here's Ware. El Dasugi out on the three-point line as Darrell dumps it in the corner. Blake, the three-pointer, good.
And that is Bonin's forte. When he gets a little bit of space, he could be a lethal three-point shooter.
Buckner on the drive. Gets cut off. Good defense for the Quakers. Once again, Manchester into the half court. Dumps it in the corner. Here is Sullivan for three, and he matches the three by Blake. And it's a 7-6 ball game. Quakers back again into the half court. Skip pass, almost throwing that one away as Blake picks it up on the drive. Here is Buckner back to Darrell. Darrell double teamed. Spins, and what do we have?
3-second violation.
So a turnover by the Quakers, and again the 3-second violation against Earlham. And here is your spark plug coming off the bench for the Quakers. That's Jamel Barnes. Jamel out of Muncie Central High School. Quakers lead at 7-6 here in the opening half of play. Screen and roll. Here's the pull-up shot on the way. Good. And coming back the other way, number 23, Jalman Sullivan.
And Sullivan comes into the game, gets a couple of quick buckets, has the hot hand for the Spartans right now.
Neither team shooting well early in this one, both under 35%. As we have made it under the 14-minute mark. There's the drive, and Ware with a left hand finishes it for Earlham.
He did a great job of switching hands and was able to use the far left hand and shield with the rim to get an easy layup.
Boy, Sullivan back the other way, taking advantage of his size over Blake Bonin. And Sullivan now with 7 points here early. Here's Barnes off the dribble and then lost it. 3-on-2 break back the other way. Nice give and go to Buckner, who lays it in. And it's a 3-point lead as the Spartans take advantage of another turnover. Braden Myers is checked in. He is out of Shenandoah High School in Middleton, Ohio, I should say Middleton, Indiana. Ran the Quakers, turn it over again, but Buckner gives it right back. Ware in the corner. Barnes, shot fake. The drive, layup good.
That was a good tip by Blake Bonin because off that steal, Spartans would have had another easy layup had it not been for a tip. And Bonin gets caught looking at one of his teammates for communication, and number 10, Buckner, just blows right by Bonin for the quick layup.
Yeah, Buckner, very good guard out of Lafayette Jeff High School, as we mentioned earlier. There's a whistle. And that's going to go against the Spartans. So that'll be the third team foul now on Manchester. Coming out of the game is Braden Myers. Into the game, number 13, Derek Ginn. He is out of Lafayette as well, but played his basketball at Harrison High School, a rival of Lafayette Jeff. 3 players out of the North Central Conference in the lineup right now. The near turnover. Here is Stallings off the glass and good for 3.
You think he called bank?
No, not at all. Kenneth Stallings Jr. tying the ball game at 14. Manchester basketball once again. By the way, here's Johnson, who has yet to score tonight. Left hand, no, with the attempted layup by Carbaugh. And we've got a rebounding foul against Manchester. Quakers come back now with Rucker coming into the lineup once again for Manchester. As Hampton, he returns. Ogunake returns as well for Manchester. And we're just over 12 minutes remaining now here in the first half of play. This is Barnes. Stallings reversing it to Ware. Back to Barnes. Good man-to-man defense here by the Spartans. Rucker on the drive, the crossover inside, layup good. Nice pass by Rucker to Stallings for the 2. I think even Rucker got that caught off his body a little bit.
It worked out for the best, though.
Yeah, here's Johnson. He'll light it up for 2 right there. We're tied at 16, and you kind of see the stroke he has.
Yes, and that was actually a very nice stroke right there.
18.7 points per game for Johnson. 19 on the shot clock. Here's the 3 the other way, short by Barnes. Rebound, Ware. Quakers get a fresh 30. Entry inside to Rucker, dunks it with both hands.
Good pass by Ware. And timeout by Manchester. Earlham 18-16 with 11 minutes to go in the first half. And scoreboard brought to you by Wesley Bates, both in management, and we will be right back.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, Quakers on top by 2 with just over 11 minutes remaining in this one in the first half. Here's Johnson. Down the lane, Rucker there, but Johnson hangs in the air and banks it off the glass.
I tell you what, that was a very veteran move right there, to be able to hang in the air, wait for the defender to blow by you real quick, and to still be able to make that layup. That was a very good shot by Johnson.
Thomas Sanborn is now checked into the ball game for Earlham, 17 on the shot clock. Blake deep in the corner, gets away from the double team. Blake in the corner on the opposite side to Barnes, and Barnes will be fouled. Oh, boy, they called Barnes on an offensive foul. That's a tough call, as we used to say. Or they call it travel?
Yes, they call it travel.
I'm not so sure about that because he got run into, so really, to me, it should have been a foul. Into the ball game will be Keaton Hall once again. Well, that's a tough call.
I couldn't see it.
Johnson, and this time Jamel gets a foul out front. He got hit in the face, and Jamel's thinking, wait a minute, we're at home here. Supposed to be getting the calls. I told you in the women's game, that's what I've been told, why you play some at home and some on the road. That one hard off the glass and no good by Manchester's number 5, which was Hampton.
Actually,
13 on the shot clock.
Hall just got away with a double dribble right there.
Johnson. And we got a whistle and a 3-second call. That's what happens when you fiddle with the basketball too much.
Well, it was funny when you got people from the crowd calling 3 seconds, about 3 seconds before the ref actually made the call.
You know they always go 3 and then go, okay, 4. You know, they give them a little more time. Always warn them to get out of there first.
Yeah.
Sanborn at the elbow. Blake using that stalling screen. 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining now here in the first half of play. Sanborn deep in the corner. Entry to Rucker. Nice power dribble. Lays it up.
You see, that's a perfect example of catching, gathering yourself, and is able to do a power dribble. And as we see Johnson come back with the quick layup, and he's starting to get it going.
Tell you what, I think the more you watch Rucker, and you know they're helping him in a coaching standpoint. He was sometimes a little bit erratic, but he's kind of settled down a little bit.
Yes, and one thing I think that's unique about Rucker is you don't see a lot of guys do a lot of their work from the paint now. It's a lot of jump shots and stuff, and Rucker he does a lot of his damage within 5 feet of the basket.
Blocking foul the other way. Quakers wanted to travel. And that foul will go against Stallings. Now, the one thing about Rucker, too, is, again, you looked at him, you thought maybe he's a little bit raw offensively, but he's doing, you look at that last shot, did a little side step to try to get away from the defender, and he missed the shot, but That's something new you see, but when he's around the basket, he does a really good job of composing himself, getting those shoulders square.
He's very good around the basket, and if he can develop more consistency in that mid-ranger and even get a little bit of a three-ball, Rucker could be an MVP in his senior season next year.
Boy, nice rebound, put back inside. That gives you an idea of the power of the big fella. Oganaki, as we go the other way, ball knocked out of bounds, and they're going to stay right here. Knocked out of the hands of Hutchison. 6'6" senior inside, and he's got some long arms.
He looks strong, too.
Blake. Now to El Dasugi, back to Blake, shot fake. Boy, a lot of bodies on the near side, all bunched together. 12 on the shot clock. El Dasugi to Hutchison. Darrell from 15. They left him all alone. Darrell taking advantage once again. He came off a nice second half in that tough loss to Bluffton.
Got away with a travel.
Little three-man triangle here on the near side. Almost turned over again. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Hall. Johnson. Barnes on the guard. Johnson driving. Throws it up and got it to go somehow. Man, he was about as off balance as you can get. That looked like Gerard's old moves. Whistle and a foul as Barnes will go to the line.
I think you're starting to see why he's averaging close to 20 points a game. He's very crafty around the basket. You know, that shot he made right there is a shot that a lot of people would be able to finish.
He's now 4 for 4, 8 points. Sullivan with 7. Quakers led now with Stallings Jr. And I take that back. Rucker with 6. Here is Jamel Barnes at the line, back to a 1-point game. Here's Phillips in.
I'd like to see Barnes use a little bit more of his legs. Even when he shoots jump shots, a lot of his shots hit the front part of the rim. I think if he uses a little bit more of his legs, he'd be able to get a little bit more arc on that shot, and he'd have a lot more success with it.
Second free throw is good as well. Back to a tie ball game here in the first half of play. This is Johnson. Johnson gets bumped, and that'll be a foul against Phillips, again, who just checked into the ball game.
If you ask me, that's a very tough play as a defender when you're backing up with your hands up, but both you and the ball handler are going so fast and you bump into each other. To me, that is a very tough play to get a foul drawn on you. It's just part of the new rules.
Hey, by the way, with Coach Polikoff having his child today, they're going to play on in this one. By the way, I mentioned to Coach Sakasitz that I went to work the day my son was born. Probably did him better that I wasn't around. Here's Johnson, baseline shot, no. The rebound, El Dasugi. That way I didn't have to change his diapers that first time. Here's Ware on the drive, shot no good. And here they come. Here's Hampton, nearly stolen away. 3-on-1 break. Shot fake, pull up, right next to the basket, good by Westman. Now we're up and down.
Last possession by Ware was a shot that he tried to force, and I think on that one you pull it out and reset your offense.
Here is Barnes. His shot fake. Floater with the right hand, good. By the way, he's a left-handed shooter.
Does a very good job at selling that pump fake for the three-point shot. Gets the defender to bite on it, goes right by him, able to get a nice floater.
That is Johnson and Phillips. Good look at Westman. Westman also out of the region at Michigan City. Shot deep, good. That'll be a three-point basket by Westman as he moved to the right side. We continue to go back and forth here in the first half. Hutchison, nothing, nearly slipped. Quakers have 15 on the shot clock. Where they left him alone to El Dasugi, and El Dasugi will draw the foul.
I like the motor that Earlham is playing with on the offense and defensive end. I think on the offensive end, we're seeing them play with a little bit more energy, and right now that's helping them on the offensive end, getting a lot of good quick baskets.
Yeah, and Eldasugi is one of those guys that, let's face it, we talk about Rucker, we talk a lot about Darrell these days, but he just kind of comes in, does his job. He doesn't get a whole lot of ink anytime, but great rebounder, good defender. Missed the free throw, but the guy just does what he's asked, and you got to have guys like that.
And we've seen Tariq in and out of the starting lineup, but usually when he's not starting, him and Barnes are just the spark plugs that come off the bench. And even sometimes Phillips, when he comes in, he plays really good, hard-nosed defense, gets a couple of steals that can really energize the team spirit.
Nice drive on the baseline, reverse layup. I'll tell you what, he uses the left hand. He might be okay as Westman misses it, ball loose. Quakers have numbers. Here's Hutchison at the other end, missed the layup, tipped by Barnes, right back again to Darrell. Stallings. Quakers again have 19 on the shot clock. Here's Barnes. He'll pull up. And Barnes misses it badly. The rebound by Buckner. Buckner, coast to coast.
I know right now the Quakers are kicking themselves in the heads. They had an easy, fast break opportunity, but a missed layup by Hutchinson and weren't able to convert on a possession to where you look back that there should have been an easy 2 points.
10 on the shot clock. That one is way short again by Westman. Quakers basketball under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Stallings looking to his right and then drives and will be fouled. Well, like what we saw in the Bluffton games, both teams, though they were off to a slow start today, both are now above 50% shooting. Foul was called on number 13, Derek Ginn, out of Harrison High School. Here's the free throw, and the Quakers struggling a little bit at the line. So Rucker back in for the Quakers as Eldasugi will get a break. Carbaugh's checked back in now for McCutcheon. Second free throw is good. Quakers now down by 1. Earlham extending the floor a little bit right here with the zone trap. Stallings nearly gets the steal. This is Buckner. Goes through the double team somehow.
In that situation, you can't let that happen. You have 2 seconds before it's a 10-second violation. It honestly should have been a steal, but good defense by Rucker. But on that one, you got to do everything possible to not let him split you.
Had a 3-on-2 break. Here's Barnes, bypasses the jumper off the glass again with the right hand.
Barnes is doing a really good job at selling that pump fake. Manchester's defenders are biting for that pump fake every time, and he's able to get some really good floaters.
Back the other way. That shot's no good by Sullivan. Maybe Barnes should think about shooting right-handed more, huh?
He's had success with it.
Ware gives it off to Darrell, who drives, powers his way up, and scores. Boy, he's big and strong. And he only goes about 6'3", but he's a powerful guy down low. I know sometimes he gets a little frustrated.
On that particular possession, he used his size to his advantage.
Manchester basketball. Here's Buckner. Lost it, regains possession. Sullivan got away with a push-off right there. Fadeaway jumper, good. Back to a 1-point lead. Well, all of a sudden, Adrian Johnson, who's out of the ball game, has not been heard of or from for a while, and we've got a travel we do. Well, that didn't last long. Johnson back in. Cornell Hampton is also checked back in. Eldasugi coming in for the Quakers as Darrell will sit down. So each team making changes here late in the first half. Of course, don't forget live stats on GoEarlham.com. You can also certainly check in at any time throughout the week. All the Earlham sports information on GoEarlham.com. Sullivan on the drive, offensive foul, good defense by Barnes.
One of those push-offs you just mentioned wasn't able to get away with it that time.
Yeah, and certainly Barnes able to cut off that baseline. You got to make him, force him back to the inside. where you know you've got some help, and Jamel kept his position the entire time to get the foul and the turnover again by the Spartans. Quakers chance now to build on the lead right here again as Barnes missed it. See, I still think it's that right hand. You need to talk to him. 2:35 remaining, but that one very close to going in.
I still think he used a little bit more of his legs. Still hit a little bit of the front rim. He used a little bit of his legs, got a little bit more arc on that. That's a swish.
Well, Johnson called for the turnover, and that'll be the 4th turnover now by Manchester. And, boy, quickly back in the ball game is Buckner. They want him in there for his ball handling abilities. Coming out of the lineup will be Jalman Sullivan. And we're coming up on the 2-minute mark here in the first half. That is Buckner on the close guard against Earlham's Jamel Barnes. Where? The kick out to Rucker. Lost it, turnover. Fast break the other way, and El Dasugi able to knock it out of the hands of Buckner.
Good hustle by El Dasugi to get back on defense.
Well, they do a good job getting back. I mean, I'm talking about fast break.
Yeah.
If you're not back, they'll make you pay for it. Oganaki's been kind of quiet here in the first half. 16 on the shot clock. This is Myers off to Buckner. Nothing there. Good defense for the Quakers. Johnson starts to penetrate. Kicks it in the corner to Myers for 3. Yes. Well, and that's what you ate so much. The shot clock almost expiring before they get the 3.
That, and I think Barnes left his man to come try to double team Johnson, and Johnson was able to see that, found Barnes' man who was able to hit the 3. In that situation, you cannot leave a shooter.
15 on the shot clock now for Earlham. Boy, Rucker open on the
he missed him.
He screen and rolled, and he was wide open. Here's Barnes deep in the corner. El Dasugi shot on the way. Good, El Dasugi for 3. Boy, good patience there for the Quakers.
Very good patience, and it paid out for him.
Under a minute remaining now in the first half. That's Buckner again off the drive, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Buckner. So Buckner will pick up the foul. That's going to be, his second? And the 19th foul now on Manchester. Darrell is back in. Good defense again. El Dasugi, only had that tip. They had forced it out of bounds on the potential fast break, but does a nice job again for the Quakers defensively twice. To Earlham basketball. This is Rucker out front. 15 on the shot clock. Rucker sets the screen. Jamel fires and hits it. Quakers now leaded by 3. Under 30 seconds to go. That's Johnson dumping inside. And we're going to go to the free throw line. Oganaki will go to the line. He is out of Richton Park, Illinois.
I tell you what, Johnson is so quick on that burst of speed, getting the ball off an inbound takeout, and he was down the court within 3 seconds, and it didn't look like Earlham's defense got back quick enough to really prepare for the speed that Johnson was coming with.
They have gone to the scorers table, and I'm not sure exactly why they're not looking at a shot clock situation here. It is off. Gary Eagles is the official scorekeeper.
I don't know what they're looking at. Maybe some kind of clock issue, because I see both refs constantly looking at the scoreboard. Yeah, they put a couple seconds back on the clock.
They put it from 22 to 24. So we'll head to the free throw line here. And again, the Quakers will have perhaps one last possession, but 2 shots right here for Oganaki as he just palms that basketball.
It's a big man right there.
2-point lead as Thomas Sanborn will come back in. I saw Daryl Dawkins one time take 2 basketballs, and you know how big he was. He made those look like tennis balls.
Yeah, and today Kawhi Leonard's got some very big hands as well.
Second free throw is short. So still a 2-point lead for the Quakers here against the Spartans, and possibly the final possession of the first half. You look at Ware. Nice behind the back dribble. Isaiah drives and scores. And that's going to do it as that shot is off the mark. We have made it to halftime. Good finish for the Quakers at the end of the first half. And on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Earlham on top of Manchester 39-35. We will come back in a moment with your first half numbers right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Are you looking for the right place to work out? A place where you have several choices and can have fun at the same time? Well, that place is right here in Richmond, Family Fitness Works. Family Fitness Works has spinning, Zumba, kickboxing, core works, kick fit, body pump, body flow, and much, much more. And don't forget, Family Fitness Works also has Richmond's most extensive free weights and Nautilus in the area. Check out their website at familyfitness.com or stop by at 213 North 3rd Street in Richmond.
Hey, this is Steve, and out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
Finding just the right used car can be a daunting task unless you shop at Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. Hi, this is Troy Naragowski. I can guarantee you one thing. Tony's professional staff will help you every step of the way without all that pressure of buying a new car. Hey, I bought my last 2 cars from Tony's, and it has been a great experience every time. Tony's has lots of one-owner cars, SUVs, and trucks ready for you today. Tony's Car Sales, 250 National Road West in Richmond. Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home.
Best One Tire and Service has been committed to our partners since 1948. With more than 250 locations in 26 states, Best One puts over 1 million tires on the road every year. Superior tires, expert service, competitive prices. Best One Tire and Service, where the best costs less.
Hi, I'm Roger Clark with Best One of Richmond. Because Best One is one of Bridgestone's largest retailers, we offer exclusive Bridgestone savings. Visit us in Richmond to save on Bridgestone tires today.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
We're back here at halftime at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Great to have you with us here this afternoon as the Quakers with a 4-point lead, and we're going to run down those first half numbers. Let's start with Manchester. No players in double figures. They ended up shooting 50%, 15 of 30, only 4-13 from three-point range. They finished with 11 rebounds and 5 turnovers. They were led by Sullivan with 9 points, Johnson with 8, 5 by Westman, 4 points by Buckner, Myers with 3, and Hampton with 3. For the Quakers, they had Barnes with 10. And also in the scoring column in the first half, 4 by Ware, El Dasugi with 4, Rucker with 6, Blake Bonin with 3, Hutchison with 6, Stallings with 6. Quakers ended up shooting 57%, nearly 58%. They were at 15 of 26 in the first half, 3 of 6 from three-point range, and the Quakers finished with 17 rebounds and 7 turnovers. So overall, I think you'd be very happy for the Quakers in the first half. You've done everything you need to do offensively. Johnson hasn't lit you up. He's only scored 8 points here tonight, so I think you'd be pretty happy with the first half.
Very happy with the first half. I think the big thing for the Quakers, and as we've seen in previous games, they always have this lapse in the second half to where like maybe 5 to 8 minutes they just go on this cold streak, whether they're not scoring or playing good defense, and every game a team takes advantage of that, either gets back into the ball game, takes a lead, or furthers their lead. So I think the Quakers have to come out and make sure that they don't have that second half lapse that we've seen. Like Bluffton, they got to a point where they got down double digits and just had to keep fighting their way back. So this half, just want to keep saying consistent basketball. We know Manchester's going to take their game to another level. Earlham has to follow behind with that.
Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to update you on what is going on in college basketball this afternoon. A lot of top 25 games to tell you about. We'll do that in just a couple of moments. A reminder, when you're staying in the Richmond area or you're coming to Richmond for any reason, make sure you stay at the Best Western Classic. At the Best Western Classic of Richmond, you get the most amenities available, including indoor pool, fitness center, conference space, free buffet breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and of course, as always, a clean, quiet, comfortable room. Best Western Classic of Richmond, 533 West Eaton Pike. Second half action is coming up in a few moments. We'll do our college scoreboard coming up next right here on Radio Troy Digital Sport.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hope, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters. a division of Richmond Power and Light.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation, and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, let's go and get you caught up on some college basketball going on this afternoon. More importantly, in top 25 play, several games, again, already in the books or are at least halftime or underway this afternoon as number 5 Michigan stays unbeaten. They beat South Carolina 89-78 in overtime. Number 9 Kentucky just gets by Seton Hall, or actually take that back. Seton Hall gets by Kentucky in overtime 84-83 this afternoon. Number 10 Michigan State beats Florida 63-59. This one just underway as Tulsa ahead of number 16 Kansas State 12-6 in the first half. At halftime, number 17 Buffalo leading St. Bonaventure 47-25. A final, number 21 Villanova 70, St. Joseph's 58. At halftime, number 22 Mississippi State leading Clemson 42-34. Also at halftime, a very low-scoring game in this one. Number 23 Maryland leading Loyola Chicago 24-20 in the first half. USC Upstate on top of number 25 Furman 24-22. Coming up later, number 2 Kansas hosting New Mexico State. Third-rated Duke is home against Yale. It's number 8 Auburn home against Dayton. 11th-rated Florida State. They'll be taking on Connecticut later tonight. Also, number 12 Wisconsin on the road at Marquette. And number 24 Nebraska, they will be hosting Creighton. Couple of finals today in women's college basketball. Number 1 Connecticut all over Seton Hall 99-61. It was number 2 Notre Dame beating Toledo 72-56. 7th-rated Maryland over James Madison 87-63. And 10th-rated North Carolina State, they down Georgetown 76-65. 16th-rated Iowa winner over IUPUI 72-58. And number 21 Drake over South Dakota State, or take that back, South Dakota State upsetting number 21 Drake 80-71. We're at halftime here. Gerard will have the call in the second half coming up in a few moments. And Earlham on top of Manchester on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard 39-35. Stay right there. This is Earlham Men's Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sport.
Greatest thing ever happened for Oscar Robertson. You learn to compete.
Basketball in Indiana has a special legacy. It starts with the coaches, develops with the fans, and ends with an amazing community support.
I think one of these days when you're done and you're retired and you kind of shelve that piece of your life, you can look back and be like, wow, that's really incredible.
To play in a state tournament, to be able to play in college, to be able to coach high school girls, and then to be able to see my son coach, basketball has been my life.
Any opportunity I got to play basketball, I played it. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I love doing, and still today I love the game.
And every time Dad put me in, I think as a freshman, sophomore, there was booing. And then the exciting turnaround to when I was a junior and senior, every time he took me out, he got booed. So those were fun times.
Basketball got me an education. Got me to be a worldly person as far as reading articles. Got me to be artistic and understand the cultures of the world, the ballet, the opera. It just opened up your whole mind and thoughts about things other than what you can reach out and touch.
Because I never dreamed of going to college, and basketball gave me the opportunity to not only go to college but play professional ball, and I've been around it my whole life. I'm 58 now, and I've been involved for a lot of years.
Where else can you walk around? I'm a 65-year-old man, and people say, George, oh, I remember you in '69 with your high school state championship team. I saw you at Butler. I mean, it's incredible. This is the only place here in Indiana that happens.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power & Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power & Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power & Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center as we get set for the second half, and Gerard's going to take us through half number 2, and perhaps you can give us a little more luck, and maybe we can win this game, huh?
A little more luck. If they just play how they played in the first half, they should have a good shot to win the game.
Well, again, you're looking at just a 4-point difference. It'll be Quaker basketball to begin the second half of play. Again, live stats on GoEarlham.com if you'd like to follow along here the rest of the afternoon.
And Earlham starts the second half with the basketball. Hutchinson sides up, pulls up for a mid-range jump shot. It is good. Jump shot by Darrell Hutchinson is good, pushes the Earlham lead to 6, and a nice way to start the second half for the Quakers.
Yeah, you leave Darrell alone and give him a little bit of space, he'll knock down that jumper.
You know, the guy, if I'm on Earlham defense, I'm watching for is the guy with the ball, Keaton Hall. He had a couple of good looks in the first half that were just in and out, and I keep an eye on him to see if he be the X factor for the Spartans. El Dasuki with the drive finds Rucker. Good hesitation move, and
oh my.
Layup rolls in and out. And a missed layup for the Quakers. Ball goes to the Spartans.
Well, there was also a mix-up on the defensive side that time, too. For some reason, they both kind of left Rucker all by himself.
And that's the last person on the court you want to leave by himself. Manchester Hall with the shot, but blocked by Rucker. Ball stays to the Spartans. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. 19 minutes to go in the game.
Well, it's highly unlikely you're going to take it in against a Rucker at 6'5", and he has those long arms and his jumping ability. If you're going to do that, you probably better think about giving him a shot fake.
Hall with the bucket for the Spartans. Cuts the lead to 4. Earlham right back. Bonin sets up the Quaker offense. Darrell trying to size up his man. El Dasuki drives off the wing, finds Ware. He pulls the 3. It is off the bank. And good for the Quakers. I don't think he called bank either. Johnson brings it up for the Spartans. That 3 ball by Ware pushes the lead to 7 for the Quakers. Westman with the baseline drive. Bad pass. And a turnover by the Spartans. Ball goes back to the Quakers, and Manchester coach Good is not happy as he does a complete lineup change.
What is this, St. Mary of the Woods?
No, because St. Mary's, that was their style. Coach Good is just not happy with his starting 5. So he took him out, took them all out, and is giving them all an earful on the sideline.
Well, the turnovers are one thing, but unforced turnovers are completely another.
And just the way they were running their offense, coach could not be happy. Rucker with the reverse layup. Now the lead 9 for the Quakers as Bunker tries to use his size on Bonin, passes it out to Sullivan, who was the high man for Manchester in the first half with 9.
There's a travel.
Yeah, he got away with that. I see a lot of travels people get away with in this area. Nearly a turnover by Manchester. Missed 3 by Myers. Rebound by Earlham, and they look to push. Ware drives. Little hesitation move. Gets a foul called on number 12, Carbaugh. Push in the back. Ware will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 and try to push this lead to double digits.
You know, the first thing I was going to say for Isaiah, if nothing's there, do not force it, and he really didn't because he brought it back, and then that little hesitation got him to the free throw line, made the defender commit, and by the time he did, there was no turning back.
Nope, and he hits the first free throw.
And if I'm not mistaken, is that the biggest lead?
It is the biggest lead.
Yep, right there, yep.
And Coach for the Spartans brings back his senior point guard Johnson. Now Earlham just has to keep playing how they're playing to maintain this lead. Ware misses the second free throw. Johnson brings it up for the Spartans. Finds Jin. Thought about the shot, but passed up on it. Johnson will take it, falls down, and gets called for the turnover. Another turnover by the Spartans.
Well, Spartans are going to have to get Johnson going. He averages, we said, nearly 20 points per game, but he's only shot 6 times.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Good, I want my senior point guard to be a little bit more aggressive in the second half, especially with the situation we find ourselves in now. Rucker gets his shot blocked, but great hustle by El Dasuki as he saves the ball. Hutchison pulls up for the jump shot, and it is good. That bucket was all set up by the hustle of El Dasuki.
Yeah, you love that because it gave you just a brand new possession, and Darrell again shooting well from the outside.
And we got a timeout by Manchester. Earlham 49-37 with a 16:42 in the second half on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we will be right back. Welcome back to the Athletic and Wellness Center, Earlham basketball. Earlham has a 12-point lead over Manchester with just under 17 minutes to go in the second half. And Manchester has the ball. Johnson finds Myers. Another turnover by the Spartans, just out of a timeout. Bonin thought about the three, passed it up to Darrell. Looking for that mid-ranger. Passes it out. Earlham will reset their offense. Bonin will take it. Finds Ware on the sideline. He'll drive baseline. Cross-court pass to Barnes for 3. Just off the mark. Rebound by the Spartans. Sullivan with the push. And he gets fouled by Isaiah Ware.
You know, the Quakers finished out the first half. Ware hitting that bucket. The end. They start well in the second half. We talk about it time and time again, how you finish a half, how you start a half, and that's where this one has kind of been set the tone, where the Quakers have just had everything positive going their way in those two instances, and really thought maybe Blake was going to shoot the basketball the last time, as we have a
shot clock.
So they're going to put the game clock now at 16:09. I think that's what he just said. 24 on the shot clock. If they're going to set it to 16:09, they haven't done it yet. They got it to 7.
And they put 25 on the shot clock.
Well, we're going to leave ours right there. We'll just count it down when they get there. How's that sound?
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Spartans on offense. Meyer tries to use the size on Bonin. Sullivan with the drive. Good defense by the Quakers. Sullivan with the drive. And a foul called on Ware. Ware disagrees with the call. Says he got all ball on that, but the ref says he got arm. Sullivan will go to the free throw line for the Spartans to shoot 2.
Yeah, that hurts a lot when you think about you've played defense as well as you have today.
Yeah.
And that bails you out a little bit if you're Manchester.
And that also hurts because that is Ware's 3rd foul. And Ware's had a big impact on the game today. And now he has to sit out for a little bit just so he doesn't avoid further foul trouble. But Kenneth Stallings Jr. and Anthony Phillips come in for the Quakers. And I like this kid Phillips. He is a really good defensive player. He really hustles on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, Phillips is going to get a chance to get some minutes. Only 2 minutes played in that first half.
Sullivan hits 1 of 2 free throws to cut the Quaker lead to 11. Manchester trying to up the intensity on the defensive side of the ball. Phillips drives baseline and hits the layup. He's one of the sparks off the bench for the Quakers. A. Johnson drives, gets a foul call on Phillips, I believe.
You know, you can see if the statistics are right coming in, and you can kind of see why Manchester gives up 86 points per game and nearly 50% shooting. And that was an example where Phillips took that drive to the baseline. There was no backside help there at all.
None at all. And I don't know if that's Manchester's philosophy, just you got one-on-one with your defender and no backside help, or if it's just the backside defender is caught sleeping. But you're right, Troy. On that defensive possession, you understand why they give up so many points.
Johnson, the first player in double figures. Now, second player double figures now for Manchester with 10.
And Manchester brings out the full court press, tries to speed up the Quakers. Earlham will slow it down, run their half-court set. Hutchinson looking for the mid-range. Takes it on Carball. Misses the layup, but good offensive rebound by Stallings. Nearly loses it. Barnes to Hutchins for the mid-ranger. And Hutchinson converts another sideline mid-ranger, and he has shot the ball very well today.
Yeah, Darrell didn't stay put.
A missed shot by Myers for the Spartans. Hutchinson with the rebound. He leads the fast break for the Quakers. Bonin pump fake, passes to Barnes at the corner. He will take his baseline and nearly throws it away. Good hustle by Stallings, and he will lay it in.
Yeah, I go back to that last possession when Darrell missed the shot, went to the wing. He didn't stay put where he was as Johnson scores. Because if he stays put, he probably ends up with a 3-second call. But Earlham really running this offense extremely well.
Hutchinson misses the layup. Manchester, Sullivan will take Bonin. He converts the layup. Timeout by the Earlham Quakers. 55-46. 13:57 to go in the second half on the Wesley Baseball Manager scoreboard, and we will be back.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120.
Welcome.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center. Earlham men's basketball. Earlham has an 11-point lead. It was 15 a few seconds ago, but a few quick buckets by the Spartans cuts it to 11 with just under 14 to go in the second half.
Now, Quakers getting in a little bit of a running game. You notice the zone trap put together right here by Manchester. That is more just to slow the Quakers down. They'll get a steal out of it now and then, but they don't want a fast break, give them any more fast break points until they're right there.
And a dunk by Kenneth Stallings Jr. That was a big boy slam right there.
Oh, boy.
Keaton Hall with the missed layup. Rebound by Sullivan. He does a pull-up jumper. Good for the Spartans. 57-46.
You know, between those two, speaking of Stallings and Rucker, they both can really get up.
Phillips with the cut. Finds Stallings for an open three, but he will pass up on it. Turns the ball over. Keaton Hall with the steal. But then Stallings gets the steal. Good hustle by Blake Bonnet, but then Phillips dribbles it off his foot. Good hustle by Sullivan. He tries to save it. Then Bonnet gets fouled by Keaton Hall, and there were so many bodies that hit the floor right there.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those bizarre possessions.
Yeah.
But you know what I liked about it the most was that though Stallings turned the ball over at this end, he was one of the first ones back on defense, ended up getting the deflection that eventually led to Earlham getting the basketball back.
And that's what you do. If you make a mistake on the offensive end, don't hang your head about it. Be the first one to get back or try to make it up in another category. Maybe get the turnover back. Maybe get a good defensive stop or a defensive rebound. You don't hang your head. You just go get it back, forget it, and make the next play.
But I think you'd like seeing him shoot that shot down here, right?
Yes, I would like to see him shoot that shot. Stallings at the top. Tries to drive. Good defense by Spark. Nearly gets away with a travel, but was able to keep his pivot foot down. Jamel Barnes on the right wing. He'll pull up a three. And Jamel Barnes is able to get his first three of the game to go. He was 0 for 4 before that shot, but hits a big three. Sullivan for the Spartans gets blocked by El Dasuki. Barnes on the roll for the Quakers. Finds Phillips. Phillips will take a baseline, finds Stallings at the top. He will shoot a three, and it is off the mark. Rebound by Johnson for the Spartans. He will take it to the cup, find number 15, Reed for the Spartans, who lays it up, and 60-48, Quaker lead with just under 12 in the ball game. Stallings nearly gets caught in that trap. Stallings drives, finds Barnes. He finds Bonnet in the corner. Pump fake, goes back to Barnes. He has the layup. I can't see if that's a foul.
Yep.
Okay. Wait. Did he? Okay. I was looking at the wrong ref. My bad.
Well, they both signaled he was going to let the near side guy have and made a better look. I was looking at Blake. He's only shot once today.
And because he's had a few opportunities to shoot the ball. I don't know if he's just trying to get his teammates involved a little more, but he's had a few times to where he's gotten the defender in the air with the pump fake. And I feel like he could have had a one-dribble pull-up, but
well, his release is so quick. You know, we talked about that before. It's awful hard to even get a block on it because he just catches and goes. So I'm a little surprised, again, he hasn't shot. But you might be right. I mean, the bottom line is he's distributing the basketball where it needs to go in the right place.
And Bonnen's a smart player. He knows when to shoot and when not to shoot. But with you a little bit on that. A little bit shocker that he's only taking one shot. But so far it's worked out for him. Barnes hits the second free throw. 14-point lead for the Quakers. Spartans bring it up. Johnson coming off the screen by Reed. Step back jump shot by Johnson off the mark. Rebound by Rucker.
Oh.
Bad pass as Bunkner steals it, gets an easy layup, and that would frustrate you as a coach. You know, just be strong with the ball. Don't quickly get rid of it. Led to a steal.
Yeah, you drew the double team like that. I know you kind of want to get rid of it as fast as you can, but, you know, at least, like you said, be strong, pivot strong.
And I don't believe he used his dribble. Daryl Hutchison with the mid-ranger. He thought he was fouled. Spartans on the move. Johnson will take it all the way. Gets blocked by Rucker. Ball goes out of bounds to Manchester. Good defense by the Quakers. Good hustle by Ruckner.
And by the way, you're right. He did not use his dribble there when Q was trapped in the backcourt.
So, yeah, on that one, be strong with the ball. Look around, use your dribble, and find your outlet.
Yeah, because if he turns and he goes toward the baseline, he dribbles away from the double team.
Missed shot by the Spartans. Oguneke with that. And a foul by Buckner. A little too much hands reaching in on Barnes.
Well, we haven't shot a ton of free throws. In fact, the Quakers have shot 12, only 6 so far by Manchester, so we haven't seen a whole lot of free throws here this afternoon.
And both teams are not that far off with each other in categories.
No, it's been pretty even.
Yeah. Just a few timely possessions. Good pass by Ware to Hutchinson. Hutchinson hits the layup. Back to a 14-point lead. That will make Hutchinson 14 points for the day. 7 of 13 shooting.
If you give Darrell the right pass where he can handle the basketball on the entry, that's an offensive foul. But if you give him the right type of pass, he is so good at turning and finding the rim that it's hard to stop him. It's when you don't give him a good pass and he's got to pull himself out away from the basket. Now, he's hit those outside jumpers today, but generally he's a lot more comfortable using that body underneath and opening up a little bit of space.
And he's done a very good job with that today. Barnes with the drive. Goes in a little too strong, misses the layup. Spartans on the move. Traveled. Westman hits the layup. Back to 12. Ware will bring it up. Spartans still in that 3-2 trap. Kick ball by Buckner for the Spartans.
Well, you know, Jamel took that ball thinking, I could be completely wrong about it, but you almost looked like he was going to try to dunk it coming down the lane because he had such a hole.
That's what I thought. It looked like he was going to try to dunk it, but it also looked like he was also thinking he was going to get contact.
Yeah.
And, I said it before. You just take your regular shot. Ooh, good pass by Ware. Finds Barnes, but Barnes cannot finish the layup. I know he'd like to have that one back. Johnson does a nice Euro step, but blocked by Ruckner. Manchester's sideline is steaming, wanting a goaltending. El Dasuki gets fouled by Westman. He will go to the line and shoot 2.
You're going to get another timeout here. Manchester wants a timeout. This is more of a timeout so you can get one of the officials over closer to him. Because he thought it should have been a goaltend at this end of the floor, and they didn't get the call.
And 64-52, 9 minutes and 22 seconds to go on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we will be back.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com. Today's game is being brought to you by Tri-County Awards in Richmond. Customized awards and quality engraving services. When you come to Tri-County Awards, you'll get nothing but the best customer service. We take pride in our prompt service and easy availability. Celebrate success with a gorgeous medal, trophy, or plaque from Tri-County Awards. We've been crafting awards since 1972. Choose from a wide variety of designs and styles. We're a locally owned and family-operated business. Tri-County Awards, 1001 South East Street in Richmond.
Welcome back to the Athletic Wellness Center, Earlham College, Earlham men's basketball. Tarek El Dasuki at the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws off a Manchester timeout. That timeout was more so the coach can really get an explanation from the ref on a non-goaltending call that he felt should have been a goaltend. Tarek misses the first free throw.
Well, they're not going to, speaking of the officials, voluntarily come over most of the time and just talk to you, but
I wouldn't.
See, and he's still talking to the one official.
Tarek makes the second free throw, 13-point ball game. 9:20 left in the ball game. Spartans bring it up. Buckner with the ball. Looking to set up the offense. Have yet to make a pass this possession. Westman comes it off. He'll take the drive. We got a foul call on El Dasuki. Gets called for the block. Westman will go to the free throw line and shoot 2 for the Spartans.
If he didn't get the foul, Buckner has another block shot. I don't know how
Yeah.
many these Buckner have now. They're not, but Rucker, I'm sorry. They have block shots on there. I don't think
Not
they have
right
individually.
here, but I can easily find that. Westman hits the first.
Well, you know, the nice thing about it, for future reference, other teams will know that if Rucker is playing that backside defense, that if you're going to bring it in, you better bring it in pretty strong. Otherwise, he's going to be there to reject it. You got to love the presence in the lane like that.
Westman misses the second free throw. Rucker was open backside, but Hutchinson did not want to force the pass.
3 block shots.
Ruckner with the ball at the top. He'll take it. Misses the shot. Rebound Hutchinson, and it is good for Daryl Hutchinson, and he continues his good day with 16 now. Buckner will take the drive for the Spartans. Nearly blocked by Ruckner. Rebounded by Earlham. Good outlet pass to Isaiah Ware. And he misses the layup.
Boy, use that left hand, huh?
Man, I can't tell you how many layups Earlham has missed. Barnes makes the layup off a good transition by the Quakers.
Boy, you just give us the 2 layups that we saw Barnes miss with the left hand, and then that miss by Isaiah Ware. There's another 4 right there. This game's over.
Pretty much. Well, I wouldn't say over, but
well, I tell you what, this is a team that doesn't score much, so I certainly like the idea that with 8 minutes left, they've only got 53 points. Now they're averaging nearly 55, but they aren't able to stop the Quakers right now.
A turnover by the Spartans. Travel on Ogunaki. Exactly, and the way Earlham is playing today, you know, they come out with a little bit of an anger response from the double overtime loss to Bluffton. You can tell that they are very upset about that loss and just wanted to come out and, you know, show that they're a lot better than that. Isaiah Ware at the top, setting up the offense for the Quakers. Bad pass by El Dasuki, but doesn't lead to a turnover.
That's the case again. Don't just throw to the spot, throw to a player. And you know right now Manchester's going to have to overplay a little bit, extend their defense, get in the passing lanes, try to force the play even out further, try to get some steals here if they're going to get back into this ball game. So then you know you better be careful in the pass.
Yep. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ware's got to go. He'll pull up for the 3 and comes off the side. Manchester on the move. Stolen by Ware. Great hustle play. Hutchinson all alone, and he will finish the layup. Earlham has an 18-point lead with 7 minutes to go. Myers will do a pull-up jump shot. It is off, and now it looks like Manchester's not falling apart. Didn't even run offense.
Oh, that's a
It's
foul.
Quick shot. Stallings misses the layup.
All right, there's 3. There's 6. Careful.
Oh, there's more than 3.
We'll just count the 3 open, really open ones.
You got an Earlham fan that is just very upset with these missed layups.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe something about layups in this building.
Well, we've seen a lot of missed ones, haven't we? Yeah, this would be a if again you just take the 3, you're still talking about over a 20-point ball game.
Yeah, and it's more than 3. Trust me.
We're trying to be positive here.
Good defense by Anthony Phillips as he gets a steal. Stallings Jr. bringing it up for the Quakers. Nearly gets it stolen. Finds El Dasuki, who will take the layup, but gets fouled. Foul on Manchester. El Dasuki will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
Now, if you'd have taken that pass underneath there, what would you have done? Wouldn't you have come back with your left hand instead of coming with your right hand and use your body to because you had the rim and the backboard on one side, you had your body here?
Yes, I would have came back with my left hand and also used the rim as a protector.
That's exactly right.
El Dasuki hits the first free throw.
Otherwise, you have to count that as a missed layup, right?
Yeah, lucky he got fouled right there. I think the Earlham fan might have lost his head. 20-point lead for the Quakers with a little bit over 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Spartans trying to go fast, try to cut into this lead. Myers will take a three, and it is off. Rebound by El Dasuki. Phillips will bring it up, does a full court pass to Rucker, and Rucker will get fouled. Number 12, Carball, maybe did a little extra shove. Earlham fans getting into it.
Yeah, I need a little spice here at the end of the game, right?
It just makes it more fun, huh?
Yeah. Well, in defense of the Manchester player, the one thing he didn't want to see happen is let Q get that ball above his shoulders and try to score, so you're trying to hold him down below his waist if you can. Because normally what happens, he gets loose, scores, and it's a three-point play.
And Ruckner will make the first free throw off a 1-and-1.
It would take, and it's not going to happen.
Oh, no.
A complete collapse now, because right at this point, the Quakers have every bit of momentum going their way.
Right now, Earlham just has to keep playing smart. Don't try to go faster. Three-pointer by Johnson is good.
That stopped a 10-0 run right there.
And a scoring drought of over 3 minutes. Still a 19-point lead for the Quakers. Barnes looks to go, passes it to Phillips. Earlham trying to slow it down, run a little bit of clock, set up their offense. Barnes finds El Dasuki. He'll take it. Layup is good by El Dasuki.
There's your left hand.
Yes. Pushes the lead back over 20. Under 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
Offense.
El Dasuki draws the charge on number 5, Hampton.
I think he fouled out, didn't he? Yep, that's number 5.
He fouled out.
Well, they got that backwards on the board. They got number 5 with only 2 fouls, but it should be
number 5 with
5 fouls.
Yeah.
What? Well, now they got 3. Hey, whatever the case is, the Quakers are 1 away now from 5 players in double figures, and those 5 are.
I think he got a technical.
Okay.
And in college, a technical counts as a personal foul as well. So that was really a 2 foul right there, and he picked up his, I think his 3rd. I think they got it right. I think this is his 3rd foul, but since it's a technical, coach most likely ain't having that.
And the good news is Quakers get the ball back, too.
Yep, plus 2 free throws.
Hutch 9 of 15, Rucker 3 of 9, Barnes 6 of 12, and Stallings 4 of 6. You take those 4 guys right now in the shooting department, they've been huge. Just absolutely huge today.
It's just good all-around team ball today, to where on Wednesday it was Rucker who was the star of the game with over 30, but now you got 4 guys in double figures and another 2 where in El Dasuki, 1 more basket, they're in double figures. And so just a difference in team ball from today's game and against Bluffton. Barnes hit both technical free throws, lead 23. A lob pass to Ruckner. He misses the dunk, gets his own rebound. Layup is good. Manchester brings it up. I think if you're the coach of Manchester, you just want to keep seeing your players play hard. Don't give up, because you said it right. It'd be a big miracle for that to happen.
Yeah, they just don't have the offensive punch to do that.
The ref stops the game. Maybe a shot clock. Yeah. I think it reset, and they're saying Earlham didn't have full possession before Manchester got it back. Phillips will come back out. Rucker will take a breather. Bonin and Hutchinson come in for the Quakers. Under 5 minutes to go. Earlham with a huge lead, 25 points. And you talk about Manchester's defense. Think about this. In Wednesday's game, double overtime, Earlham had 82 points. There's 5 minutes to go in this ball game, and Earlham's got 81 right now.
Well, you can go back to those numbers we talked about earlier. There's just no mystery. Manchester is just not a very good overall defensive basketball team. We're talking about whether it's inside or the perimeter now. That's something they can get better at, but right now they're just not that good. And if you're their head coach and their staff, that's something they're really going to have to concentrate on the rest of the way. And then there's a pass that'll go into the backcourt. Now they got lucky that time, but there's some things they got to fix.
Mm-hmm. And 3 ball by Johnson off. And they just don't have really consistent three-point shooting or any shooting for that matter.
Yeah, and they came in knowing that at only actually bad 39% isn't bad. Ooh. But then that just kind of shows you that from 2-point range, they're not very good.
Yes. Earlham slowing it down a little bit. Hutchinson finds Barnes in the corner. Barnes thought about the shot. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Barnes will pull the 3 and off the mark, but off the hands of Aganaki. Ball goes back to Earlham.
And the nice thing is you get a fresh 30.
Exactly. More time to set up your offense, more time to run some clock.
Well, there's just, really realistically, if Earlham takes care of the basketball, there's a travel.
Yes, he got away with that. Hutchinson and the mid-range, they have been in love today.
If you just take care of the basketball, there's not enough possessions left right now for Manchester.
Even if you turn it over 5-10 times, there's still not enough possessions.
And I hope they don't, but you're right.
I hope they don't either.
There's just not enough left.
They don't have the shooting for that. Barnes goes for the steal, misses. Buckner will take a 3 off the mark, rebound Jamel Barnes, and he will just calmly take it up. We're under 4 minutes to go.
Well, thinking right now you could run it down to 3.
Yeah. Right now, if you're Earlham, you're just focusing on getting good possessions, running your offense. This is some good practice for your offense.
Yeah, this is for later, not now. Oh, my.
El Dasuki will take the turnaround jumper. He thought he was fouled. Johnson will bring it up. Johnson was fouled, grabbed by Hutchinson. Didn't even try to hide it. And that will put Johnson at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Johnson got some speed. That is a fast guy right there.
Yeah, he's you're right, Daryl. All he could do is reach out and grab him.
And Earlham will start emptying the bench a little bit as we see number 5, Elijah.
That's Galloway, yeah.
Galloway come in, getting his first minutes of the ball game.
And by the way, they got a little bit bigger. Speaking of Manchester, Schlotterback is in at 6'7".
And El Dasuki doing his best under there.
We haven't seen today, which I don't know, maybe Connor's a little shaken up, but Connor Hubbard has not played at all. The 6'10 freshman out of Osgood has not played for the Quakers today.
Johnson hits both free throws. No, I'm sorry. Hits one free throw. 83-58. Just a little bit more than 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Earlham just patiently running its offense, running a little bit of clock. Stallings at the top. El Dasuki on the wing. He will try to drive it. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Stallings will take it. Finds Elijah. Shoot it. Isaiah will take a wide open 3 and misses everything but the backboard.
The one thing you've probably noticed even in the game against Bluffton is Earlham really kind of shrunk their bench a little bit because they're only using, 4 guys off the bench, maybe 5?
And, today, yes. In that game, probably 3 or 4. In tighter games, the bench really shrinks. In a game like today, I'm honestly surprised he hasn't put in more of the guys.
Yeah, well let me rephrase that. In quality playing time, they've shrunk their bench.
And, I'm surprised he hasn't taken out, Bonin, Ware, guys you want to save. And here comes Connor Hubbard. But, guys, you just want to make sure you don't want to get hurt, keep them fresh. So, I'm surprised he hasn't really brought in more of his bench to this point. 2:45, Manchester's not coming back in this ball game. So, I'm a fan of seeing everybody play, so bring them in.
Yeah, there's some guys that you look on that bench right now, and you think about John Sacaleros. We haven't seen much of him. He's had playing time in the last couple of seasons. You mentioned, of course, Galloway as that shot's missed, but
Galloway gets the rebound, brings it back out. Hubbard trying to post up.
The fan favorite would be Jacob Mosier. We got to get Mosier in. Senior from Orlando.
Yeah, start a crowd chant, Mosier.
There you go.
Ware will pass up on the layup, find Hubbard. Hubbard will take the layup off. Ball will go to Manchester on the out of bounds, and we will see number 23, Jalman Sullivan, come in for El Dasuki. But you're right, I want to see Mosier get in there. My bad. 23, Liam Wilkerson comes in for El Dasuki. But you're right, let's get the senior Jacob Mosier in.
Yeah, he had 29 a game last year.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I forget what game that was, but it was a team that was really, really, really bad. Nothing against Mosier, but I'd have to go back and look see who that was.
Oh, wow. Props to him.
Yeah, Quakers ended up over 100 points in that ball game.
But, yeah, 2 minutes left, perfect opportunity. You can take your starting backcourt out, and now we'll see number 3, Christian Camarillo, come to the scorer's table. I think he likes doing it one at a time.
Yeah, well, one of your biggest concerns is you just don't want anyone to get injured.
Yeah.
For something that you know is out of hand right now.
Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Spartans, and Camarillo will come in for Bonin. I think the coach likes doing it one at a time.
Give him recognition.
Yeah.
The thing about Hubbard is he's kind of had a little bit of a roller coaster ride in his freshman season so far, where he didn't start, got in the starting lineup, didn't play a whole lot today. Kind of things like that happen to freshmen as they're still trying to learn the college game and such, but you've got to like knowing this kid still has 3.5 years of basketball.
Yeah, and in each game, each practice, and each offseason, Hubbard will get a lot better, and he could be a very, very good player for the Quakers down the road. And we see a bucket by number 23, Liam Wilkerson. He gets his first bucket of the game today. And Earlham now has a 27-point lead. Turnover by the Quakers. Camarillo will travel. Try to do a little bit too much flash right there.
Yeah, he was trying to find Hubbard back inside. The thing about Hubbard, too, is he runs the floor so well.
Yes, he is an active big man. And now we see number 4, Noah Lewis, check into the game for the first time. And now we have got all 5 guys on the team into the game right now. It doesn't see a lot of game action.
Mosier hasn't even gotten to the coach to tell him he wants to come in.
I guess the senior might want to let some of these freshmen get some good game action. I'm a type of guy. Let the senior ride out.
Yeah, he needs to. Well, first thing he's making the mistake is he's too far at that end of the bench. Can we get a shot of Mosier? Can you give him a little love right here? Yeah, there he is. There, right there. That's Mosier, third from the left. Now, he needs to move over here, somewhere where the darker shirts are, and he's not doing it. We'll have to ask him about that. I don't know when I'll see him next time, but you're not moving down.
Yeah. Let the senior get a little love in front of the home crowd. Let me see, big man number 33, Michael Koza with the bucket for the Spartans. And 36 seconds to go in the ball game. And Earlham will get its first conference win of the season.
Yeah, that's huge. Needed today. Can we get a closer shot of Mosier again? Can you get really close, as close as you can there? Now look at him. Now look at he's just kicked back, relaxing, act like nothing, Can you move down the bench to the right? Now show him where he ought to be. He ought to be right down there.
Have him
there
switch
you go.
with Barnes.
Yeah, switch with Barnes. Tell Barnes to move.
Callaway is the first free throw. Gets on the board for the first time today. Yeah, I'm the type of guy. Let the senior get some love. These freshmen still got 4 years.
Yeah, well, I'm a little disappointed in Mosier that he's not being more proactive. Yeah, other thing you ought to be doing that while Polikoff isn't here is try to work on the assistant coach. You tell the assistant coaches, hey, I'm ready to play. When Polikoff gets back, tell him what a great job I've been doing as a leader, right?
Yeah. Because that could be tough as a senior, too. It's your last year and you're not one of the main guys in the main rotation. But usually those are the type of guys you respect the most, who doesn't complain, still shows up to practice every day, works his tail off.
That's right.
So much respect to to Dozier.
Well, I'm still going to give him an earful when I get a chance.
Buckner will go. I thought he was going to dunk, but just laid it up. 2.7 seconds to go. Earlham will dribble out the clock. They will take a 24-point victory over Manchester Spartans.
All right, we'll come back and wrap it up in a moment. Stay right there. This has been Earlham Men's Basketball, Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Mendenhall's True Value in Richmond is your local source for the things you need at home or your business every day. Everything from hardware, tools, carpet cleaner rentals, window and screen repair, lawn and garden supplies, as well as hunting and fishing licenses. It's all in one place at Mendenhall's True Value Hardware, right around the corner at 125 Southwest 5th Street in Richmond. Give them a call for more information at 962-4842.
Well, there you see the final 86-62 in a game that really turned out to be not as close as that score may indicate, because the Quakers simply dominated down the stretch here today. And, we talked about it may not have been a must-win situation for Earlham at the beginning of the broadcast, but I think it was about as close as you could get, because, again, you don't want to fight yourself from the bottom up. You want to start to move your way up the ladder, and I think they made the right step here this afternoon.
They definitely made the right step this afternoon, and if you're Earlham, you take today's victory and the way you guys played as a team, and that's how you play moving forward. If you play like that against Bluffton, I think you have the result that you wanted, and you play like that against some of the better teams in the conference, and you'll be a lot more competitive. And so this was a very good win by the Quakers. They played well today. They played well as a team. Guys were multiple guys in double figures. So if I'm Polikoff and even the assistant coaches, you'd be very happy with how Earlham played today.
Right here. So here's the basis of this right now. The Quakers now 1-2 in the conference. So depending on what happens with Bluffton, Transylvania, Mount St. Joe, Anderson, Franklin, we know that Earlham could move all the way into that upper mix somewhere, so we kind of wait and see how that all turns out. Quakers now 2-6 overall, Manchester 2-6 overall, and also 1-2 in the HCAC. Want to say congratulations to Coach Polikoff and his lovely wife for having a child 3 o'clock in the morning, so they didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. But we're glad they could join us on the broadcast here this afternoon. The Quakers will have a little bit of time before they play again. They won't play until they play Mount St. Joe next Saturday. That is a 5 o'clock start time. Reminder, the women will be at 3, the men will be at 5. Both games will have right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. So Mount St. Joe is next, and that's another of those teams, again, they're right in there in the mix with them, though it's very early in the conference season. All right, Gerard promised me he's going to go home and do some homework, which is good news. He'll either do it today or he's going to do it tomorrow, one of the two. I encourage him to do it today. So that'll do it from the Athletics and Wellness Center. Quakers win at 86-62. Thanks for being with us. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you next time right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.